And prior to that whole getting up to that weight, I had it was a difficult struggle because nobody's happy being obese, but I was one of the most content fat people I've ever known in my life. And I know the fat word is like a big no-no, but I honestly had no issues with my body. I was really confident and comfortable. The turning point for me was when my husband and I were trying to get pregnant and start our family, and it was not happening. And we actually got pregnant on our own once. It was a, holy crap, we're pregnant. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't trying for it. And then I had a miscarriage. And all of a sudden, my brain was like, oh, I need to be a mom. And this is what I'm meant to do, and I need to do this. And we tried and tried and tried for 3.5, 4 years to get pregnant. Wasn't happening. We did fertility treatments for well over 2 years, and it was just the most depressing, intense, emotionally overwhelming experience of my life. I mean, you're doing medicine, and it's just makes you out of this world, a whole different person. You're just kind of crazy. Like, I tried watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and my husband was like, this is like over the top, it's too much, we gotta figure something out. So, and it was the wedding episode, it wasn't even like sad. So that being said, I was like, you know, maybe this isn't really working, I need to figure something out. So at our next fertility appointment, I went and talked to my doctor, and we did every blood test that you could possibly think of, and every test that you could think of in the world, and everything was fine. So we got, like, in my opinion, the worst fertility diagnosis of unexplained infertility, which is, sorry, we can't tell you what's wrong, you're perfectly healthy, it's just not happening. And that, like, broke my heart, because I know in my soul I'm supposed to be a mother. And I kind of decided at that point that while I might have been comfortable in my weight, I knew that my health needed to improve if I wanted to meet my goals of becoming a mother. That being said, I ended up deciding on a vertical sleeve procedure, which is a weight loss surgery. I had it in March of 2013, and I started as a Beachbody coach in July that year. In the meantime, I had lost about 40 pounds. So I started Insanity. I don't know how my sister talked me into that. She was a Beachbody coach. I'm like 208 pounds. I called her crying after the fit test. I literally plopped on my bed. I wouldn't let my husband be in the room. I did it in our bedroom. I was like, you can't watch me. This is going to be the most disturbing thing you've ever seen. Like, things are going to be flying everywhere. So I did it in my bedroom upstairs. He could hear me, like, stomping around, and I had to stop, like, after 12 seconds of some of the exercises. I'm like, these people are machines. How do they do this? It's crazy. Like, Tanya, I think she's awesome, but I hate that lady. Like, how does she keep moving? So that being said, I literally was laying on my bed like this sweaty mess, and I called my little sister sobbing, and I'm like, I can't do this. I'm too big for this. I don't know why I thought I could do this. And she's a twig, and she's always been a twig. And she said, okay, well, pity party is over because I'm not fat, and I had to stop after 12 seconds of doing Insanity fit test because it is hard. She's like, quit making excuses, just get on it and try tomorrow. And it just set something off in my brain where I thought, I can't make excuses. It's not going to be easy. I am 208 pounds. Any exercise program I try is going to be difficult. I just have to get on the ball and just do it. So there I started Insanity. I missed 2 workouts. I tacked them on to the end of my workout, and I made sure that I finished every single one of those days because I was not going to get through that and say, well, I did most of it. You know, I just had to finish it. So I did. I finished all 63 days. It was the hardest, most insane program I've ever done, but I lost 22 pounds and 21 inches in 63 days with that. And I knew I couldn't rely on my surgery as like a, you know, the final tool. It is a tool. It's not the final answer for me. I need to be healthy, not just be skinny, because that's not at all what it's about for me. So fast forward to today, I'm now down 120 pounds, but I've also completed Insanity 1.5 times. I went to finish it just a few weeks ago, but had my gallbladder removed, so I had to stop. But so I did Insanity 1.5 times. I did Brazil butt lift. I did Turbo Fire. I attended plenty of Anita's Turbo kick classes, and before I had my surgery, I went to her classes. And I didn't care that I was like the chunkiest person in the room. I was still showing up, but I had to like stop every 5 minutes and like breathe. And I was like, the first time I went, Anita was sick, and I was like, I have never been so happy that someone is sick and cannot finish their class, because I laid on the floor after a half hour, was like, thank God this lady's doing yoga. I can't keep kicking, my legs are gonna fall off. But it's just been a really crazy journey, and I've drank Shakeology along the way, and I wasn't an all-in coach until February. I was like, you know, it's a hobby, it's kind of fun. I started because my sister needed support, and I wanted to help her be successful, and she kind of begged me for the first month, so I was like, fine, Aubrey, I'll do it. And so I signed on, and I did host challenge groups and stuff for the few months, and it was really exciting, but people tended to trust in me because they saw my journey. I was already sharing my weight loss journey on Facebook, and she's like, you're doing everything I do, but you're not getting paid for it. Like, open your eyes, just join with me. And so I did, and I did have quite a big following, and it was awesome. But in February, I realized, like, I don't want to work for somebody else my whole life. I'm kind of miserable. Amy, don't tell Spectrum Health that I'm kind of miserable. But I'm like, I'm not super happy right now with what I'm doing. It's not, you know, it's not my dream job. It's not fulfilling. It doesn't fill my bucket. I go in every day and work for this huge corporation, and they profit, and I go home empty. My bucket is drained, and I don't feel good about myself at the end of the day. So I really decided in January that come February, I'm going to just buckle down and pay attention to my business and run it like a business, not a hobby. And I was enrolled by the end of February. And between March and June, I signed up 6 more coaches. So I am like a breath away from diamond. I'm like this close, and I can't wait to get there, but it's just been amazing. And following our leaders who have given us all of the information that we have out there, you know, Leslie and Anita and our uplines, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. They've done everything for us. And I finally was like, why am I trying to do this on my own? Like, Anita's telling me, Brynn, if you do X, Y, Z, this is what happens. And I'm like, okay, I'll do X and Y, and then I'll just jump straight to A. And then I was like, well, that freaking failed miserably, so what's the point? And so I started following the system, and it works. And that's why I signed 6 coaches in 3 months on top of my first 2. And it's just been an amazing journey. So coaching has done a lot of really good things for me, and not just physical. I mean, obviously, I'm down all this weight, but hosting the challenge groups and having you be the person that other people are looking up to saying, I wasn't going to work out today, but I saw your post and I just thought, you know what, if you're doing it, there's no reason I can't. That really, like, oh my gosh, that held me accountable. And all of a sudden, my weight started coming off faster, because I can't very well be, like, chowing down at McDonald's and French fries and saying, well, I hope you guys ate clean today and did your workout while I'm sitting here watching a soap opera or something. You know, I'm like, you can't do that. So having challengers held me so accountable that my weight loss journey just became so much bigger than it was before. And it's been really crazy. I have gained so much more confidence and self-esteem. Like, I promised myself, Brynn, if you hit 155 pounds, I don't care if it happens in December, you're wearing a freaking bikini for like 3 months straight and it's not coming off. And I gotta tell you, I went bikini shopping, and I'm down to 135 now, but I went bikini shopping, and I think I've got like 4 of them now, just like in the last 2 months. I can't stop, it's an addiction, I think. But it's been a really cool transformation. I just feel so fortunate that even though I didn't take it super seriously at first, that it's been this slow growing process, and I'm so all in now, and I see the potential for my coaches beneath me and my downline, and you know, everything that I've learned from my upline, and it's just been the greatest experience. So, and Beachbody's helping it become possible for me to follow one of my other passions as a doula. I'm going to be able to get to quit my full-time job eventually and work Beachbody during the day. How much more flexible does it get when you can make your own schedule and pick your hours and work it around when moms are having babies? You know, it kind of works out perfect, and I don't have a boss to say, sorry, Tuesday isn't going to work for you if your mom calls at 3 o'clock in labor. You know, it wouldn't work out with my full-time job. So it's been great, and Beachbody's opened so many doors for me, and I can't wait next year to be 5-star diamond at Summit. So that's my goal.